Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Mare, this is Nightmare Bliss. I do unboxings, I do reviews, I do food and beverage testing occasionally. Today I have the Wawa Frosted Sugar Cookie Iced Latte with oat milk. It is 32 ounces of a sugar cookie latte. It is so delicious and way too fattening. But I'm treating myself today because I'm not going out. I'm creating content all day. And it is Black Friday. And this is my first collab I'm ever hosting. Yay! First off, I want to thank everybody in the collab. I want to tell everyone it's been a rough week out there. A lot of people have been getting sick, least of all my husband, who is sick over Thanksgiving. This is going to be a fun video because this is one of those videos where A, I'm not editing, so it might be a little long, and B, it is a very rare get ready with me, which I haven't done in a while. If you're here for perfection, you came to the wrong channel. I am an elder goth. I am a retired makeup artist, hairstylist, nail tech, and esthetician who can't open anything because she's got big long nails. And now I live on a mountain in the middle of nowhere where I do this stuff for YouTube because I'm always here alone, and especially if my husband is sick, it's just me. So I'm getting all my stuff together here to hopefully save some time, and we are going to do an all black. All black look. True goth. Pure goth. Very old school goth for me, the way I used to do it. We're going old school today, people, old school. This is going to be pretty much, I would say, not the way I used to do my makeup, because when I used to do my makeup, I literally had, okay, wait, why can I not find, oh, it's a Catrice. I'm just looking for a black gel eye pencil. I'm doing a Shop My Stash today, and we're going to talk about Black Friday. We don't do anything on Black Friday. Traditionally, we never do. The first thing I want to say about this is we're going to start my little talk about Black Friday, and it's going to be a get ready with me, let's talk about Black, because I have opinions. You know I have opinions on everything. I'm a Capricorn. Where my Capricorn's at, it's almost our season. Comment below if you're a Capricorn. I need to know who my Capricorns are, because in January I have something special coming for us. We're going to do another video talking about my buying crap situation because it's a problem. Aside from that, it is a very consumerist thing. I know a lot of people are not down with it. I have lots of friends who are crafters. I have a lot of people who are friends and family who are on very tight budgets. This year is like the worst. The gas prices have been crazy. The oil prices went up, so people are having trouble paying for their heating bills. Everything is going up like crazy. Everything is expensive. Y'all been to the grocery store? It is ridiculous. Black Friday, I'm going to read you a definition from Wikipedia. Black Friday is a colloquial term for the Friday after Thanksgiving in the United States. It traditionally marks the start of the Christmas shopping season in the United States. Many stores offer highly promoted sales at discounted prices and often open early, sometimes as early as midnight or even on Thanksgiving. Okay, so we know what Black Friday is. I haven't done a get ready with me in a while, and a lot of people ask for it, so we're doing that while I talk about all this. I did put my primer on. It is the Ciate Dewy Skin Vitamin C Glass Glow Primer. I freaking love this stuff. I love it. Love it. Got it in a boxy charm. Love it. I'm using my Fenty. I think this is the Pro Filter, whatever. Yeah, Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I really love this too. Also got in boxy. Put on the back of your hand. And then Beauty Blender. This is a dry Beauty Blender. I usually moisten, but today I did not because I'm lazy. Just saying. So the first thing I want to say while I do this is I had a couple of people mentioned, when I mentioned the collab, they said, well, I don't want to feel like I'm being, if I say a lot, it's because I have so many thoughts going through my head. I hate when I say It's a filler word. It's bad. I do it all the time. Usually edit it out. If you want to play a fun Black Friday drinking game, take a drink every time I say No, please don't. I don't want to be responsible for your hangover. And don't drink and drive, obviously. I will be having a cocktail later today, though, because after the couple days I've had in this week, I definitely need one. I had a couple of people in the collab say, well, if I shop for Black Friday, I don't know if I should do the collab because I don't want to feel like I'm a hypocrite. And I said, oh, whoa, that's not what this collab is about. So let me talk about what this collab is about and how and why I thought of it. How and why is my husband's about to strangle me because this 2022 will go down as the year of me shopping till I drop. Shopping till I drop all year, and Also incurring way too much debt. I mean, yeah, we're doing well, but I just think, well, this money, yeah, it could have all went towards our retirement. And, you know, I am getting up there. I don't plan on ever retiring. My dad never really. I don't know if my dad ever really retired. He's 92 now, and I think if he could go to work, he probably would, honestly. That just kind of runs in our family. It's just a thing. We work ourselves to death. Polish, Russian, you know, very hard workers. I plan on working forever until I can't work. I mean, I'll work until I'm 100 if I can. So what this is for, that I was trying to open, is I always have to clean my piercings. Usually I don't show this on camera. I usually edit it out. But my biggest pet peeve is foundation on my piercings. Better. Let's start with some eyebrows. I might go over these with black. I'm going to use this Precisely My Brow from Benefit. What was I saying? Working. So I've spent way too much money this year. The thing is, I thought when I started my channel, when you start a YouTube channel, and my channel's been here for a while, but when I started like regular uploads, I was like, what do I want to talk about? What do I want to do? One thing I've always loved was shopping. So I'm like, well, let me do hauls. Let me do things like that. We have money. We can do this. Well, the thing is, once you start doing that, you just get in this, like, I don't know. It's like you're on a hamster wheel of buying stuff. And it's, I think sometimes some of us who do unboxings and things, we feel this like pressure on YouTube that, and a lot of other channels have talked about this, so I'm not the first one talking about this. But this is kind of what inspired this collab is, I guess when I started my channel, I thought that in order to be interesting or do something cool, that I just had to have a bunch of stuff and shop and do hauls. I found something, I have 2 pages of notes, by the way. I found something that was really interesting. I was reading about shopping mindfully, which we're going to talk about as we go on. But it said, separate who you are from what you own or how or what you give. Be mindful of buying anything on sale is still spending, not saving. Both of those things maybe go, oh my God. But really the what you own and what you buy is not who you are. That really hit me. I was like, you know, as time has gone on YouTube, oh, eye primer. This is the Sample Beauty Erase and Boost Paste. I really have been liking this. It's the one I've been going to every time. So as I have been doing my YouTube channel, thanks to all you lovely people who watch me and subscribe to me and follow me on Instagram, I really started realizing that you're not here because of what I'm buying. I mean, you might find it in a search and you might come here and be like, oh, you know, I wanted to see a review of this or that, or what does she think of this or that, or what is, you know, go on any channel, what do they think of this or that? Or is it any good or isn't it? Or, you know, thoughts about products and reviews. And yes, that might have brought some people here, but at the same time, they've stayed and you've stayed. Thank you, you know who you all are. You've stayed because you're like, oh my God, she's funny. She, you know, you make me laugh. I've gotten so many comments that I'm so sweet. Thank you. I have trouble taking compliments again, Capricorn. So many nice compliments, and I've realized that you're here not because of what I buy, but because of who I am. And that really just, it's like at my age I should know this, but it's like I didn't know this. And it just really got me thinking, like on Black Friday, I could do a big Black Friday haul and let's go crazy and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what, let's not, okay? Let's not. Because A, I need to stop making my husband mad, and B, I need to start saving money and budgeting. Plus I have these lovely nails now. So it's a matter of, where do I want to put my attention? Where do I put my money? Where do I put my energy? What is my energy and who I am going into? I do love shopping, okay? And I will never, ever judge anyone who shops on Black Friday. So the first thing I want to say about this collab is, this is not a judgy collab. This is not a collab like, if you shop on Black Friday, shame on you, how dare you. If you have been here, you know that I lose my scissors all the time. Oh, there they are. And that I am the most non-judgy person. I really strive to be non-judgmental. I strive to be understanding. I know everybody isn't the same. Everybody is in a different circumstance. Everybody's in a different place in your life. Just remember, you're not stuck there. You're not stuck there, okay? You are where you are. Accept where you are and be realistic about where you are. I'm being realistic about where I am. I have too much stuff. And I buy too much stuff. And I spend too much money. So being realistic, I'm like, okay, Black Friday. I wanted mostly to do this collab for me as a reminder and to be accountable to myself that I can't keep doing this. I can't keep spending tons and tons of money on stuff I'm not using. I always say, I started out saying a makeup collector, which I am. I am a bad makeup collector. And that comes from all my decades of doing makeup and, you know, being a makeup artist in a salon and all kinds of things like that. And I'm just fascinated with everything makeup. But at the same time, I've started to say, look at it and say, you know, what is a collection? A collection is something that sits on a shelf and it should be bringing you enjoyment. And if it's not bringing you enjoyment, you have to ask yourself, like, why do I have this? And I have all this makeup that I never use, and I've pulled out some really old stuff. So we're going to have fun with some really old products and see if my face falls off. No, I did a shop my stash for this look. But, oh, look, I switched my note pages, and now I have to switch them back. So first off, let's go number one rule. Non-judgy zone. If you shop on Black Friday, have a good time. Just stay here until I get to the shop mindful part. So no judgment zone. If you shop on Black Friday, if you love it, I would be a hypocrite too if I said I didn't used to love Black Friday. Back in Detroit, my friend Jamie and I, my BFF Jamie, Jeremy never went. Jeremy was not down with it. I'm going to do my lip primer while we're doing this. Gainey and I shouldn't talk and do lip primer. By the way, I'm doing a black lip. Always do lip primer if you're doing a black lip if you can. It helps it not stain, but it's easier to work with a really dark color if you use a primer. It fills really nicely, so you don't have skipping with your lines and everything. If you do dark makeup, dark lips, and you have trouble with like skipping with pencils and getting in the lines, lip primer, and outline just a little bit outside of your lips with the lip primer. Don't go crazy unless you're doing an overdrawn lip. Anyway, so Jamie and I used to stay up all night, and then we would go to, this was, okay kids, I'm old, so this is pre-internet. Okay, there was no Amazon. There was Amazon, but you could only buy books. Could you believe it? Remember when Amazon was just books? This was back when we used to go to the mall. So we would go to the mall, and Jamie and I would get up at like 3:30 in the morning, and we would go and get a coffee somewhere, and we were those kooks that would stand in line. Now, we didn't have a lot of money. Jamie was out of med school. I think at the time, let's see, I was working in a salon. Jamie and I were the absolute Black Friday kooks back in the day. We used to just go out and, oh my God, it was nuts. I'm not saying you can't do these things. You can't go out for Black Friday or you can't enjoy it. But the more time that's gone on, I just have a different view of it now. So I just want to kind of share that. So I found a list online and I added to it too. But this is a pros and cons of Black Friday list. And I thought it was kind of cool. While we're doing this, I am going to use Lipstick Queen. Oh my God, do you guys remember Lipstick Queen? This is the Black Lace Rabbit Cream Blush. Now, this was like, there was a viral blush like this on TikTok that went all crazy. Was it the Wet n Wild one or some... Okay, wait, I just had this open and I closed it. I can't open it again. Nails. I got it. Anyway, it looks like black blush, right? Then you put it on and it changes, so it's not really black. So it's kind of cool. I never use it. It's been sitting here. It doesn't smell. It's probably fine. Let's use a bunch of stuff. Okay, it's hard to do with my glasses. So I don't want anyone to feel judged if they're here going, but I love Black Friday. Yeah, you can love Black Friday. I'm just going to give you some ideas and some thoughts, things to keep in mind, and maybe not go crazy, not make yourself, you shouldn't, like, love Black Friday and then have like shopper's remorse and feel all guilty and terrible the next day. And then when you start opening your bills, you're like, why did I do that? I don't want you to be in that spot. That's terrible. And I'm in that spot a lot. So you're learning from me. So this is the Lipstick Queen. It's not that dark. I just put this on because I never use this. So Black Lace Rabbit Cream Blush. Good for 9 months. I just opened it, so I never opened it before. So hopefully 9 months from now it'll still be good. It detracts from Thanksgiving and flies in the face of the meaning of Thanksgiving. And this is the one that's what I never understood. Even when I was a kid, I never really understood that about Black Friday. I was like, how can we be, there goes my foundation. How can we be all like thankful and everything, and we're like grateful for everything we have, and then we go out on Black Friday and go cuckoo? Okay, now here's a blast from the past. Anybody remember this? You're gonna freak. Who remembers this? Comment below. This is the Onyx Ice Jeffree Star Skin Frost. Pre-problematic days. Well, I guess he was still a little problematic, but this is the black highlighter that he did. Oh, what year was this? Oh my God, 2017 it looks like. There's a 1017 on the bottom. I think that's when it came out. So I am using the Jeffree Star black highlighter. It's going to look crazy, but remember I'm doing a gothy black eye look. So I said I'm going to be doing kind of the way I used to do my makeup back in the day. Ooh, bruisey. Love it. How can I wear black highlighter blush kind of thing and have it kind of look good on me? At least I think it does. All of you are like, holy crap right now. Wait, except for Sanitz and Jane are out there going, I love it. Don't love Jeffree Star, but this, she old. Told you, I'm pulling out the old stuff today. We are mega shopping the stash. All right. So, yeah, that was one of the things was, thank you, Ancient Jeffree, for that. Other cons, let's see. Yeah, so you're going from like the most thankful day of the year to the most let's spend all our money consumerist day of the year. And that always like struck me as a little odd. Some deals aren't deals. Now, this is something that I just learned. I researched for this video. I want you to know that I researched. I read this thing that said sometimes lower quality versions of products are produced for to cut productivity costs to offer lower quality versions to put up for sale on Black Friday. And I went, oh, what? How did I never know this? So there's big brands that will like make a certain amount of stuff for Black Friday, but they use cheaper components and cheaper parts so they can charge less, and you think you're getting the same thing, but you really aren't. I have an example of this for you. Pat McGrath Christmas palettes. If you research the Pat McGrath Christmas palettes and look at the reviews of them, she does these giant palettes for Christmas, and a lot of brands do this. Who's the other one? You know the one I'm talking about. Too Faced does all these, and they always say that there's a lot of these companies like that who will do these palettes, and they're way cheaper for how many colors than you get than say the regular Pat McGrath palettes like Mothership and all the Mothership line, right? And so I've seen videos the past 2 years, 2 Christmases now, of people using the Pat McGrath palettes, which are still great quality, don't get me wrong. They're still, even her cheaper quality is like amazing, but people use them and they're like, ooh, Jeffree's a little patchy. It is ancient, guys. It's like really old. It's kind of patchy. I don't know if it looks patchy on camera, but she patchy. I don't care. We're using old makeup today. Who cares? A lot of people say that, you know, these companies who do all these Christmas things, they use lower quality. So just be aware of that. So you think you're getting a deal. You may not really be getting a deal. Overspending creates an urgency and immediacy. Like they're like, it's Black Friday. You have to get this now. It's never been this low before. This is the cheapest we're ever going to put it. Is it though? And just because it's cheap, do you still need it? Be mindful, buying anything on sale is still spending and not saving. So you're still spending money, right? Lines, crowds, potential violence, all things that can and have happened on Black Friday. I personally hate crowds. So when I used to go out on Black Friday in Detroit, I would go with Jamie. And it was Jamie and I mostly like, honestly, because we were very anti-consumerist in a way. We would go out and we were like punkers, we were like in our band, like punk, goth, industrial, looked like Rob Zombie going out on Black Friday with, one of his friends. And I wasn't Rob Zombie, I was the friend. Jamie was Rob Zombie. But anyway, you get the point. So we would go out with all the normies at the mall, and we would just be like, y'all crazy. We would just be like people watching mostly. That's why we would usually go, because we liked all weird stuff anyway. So a lot of the normie stuff just wasn't our taste. That all being said, great deals. So you can get great deals. It can be a friends and family affair. As I said, I went with Jamie. We would have a blast. It can be entertaining. If you like people watching, you can go out and do Black Friday. Maybe take cash with you. Don't take credit cards. Only take cash. Don't take a debit card if you can help it. Take cash. Say, if I'm going to buy anything, I have this much to spend. Make a list. Know what you're looking for and don't go off your list. I know it's hard. But you can go out and people watch and have fun and still not put yourself into debt. Also, this was interesting. I never thought of this. It creates jobs for retail employees. It creates a lot of jobs. Black Friday does. A lot of people get seasonal help, so there's a lot of jobs, so that's a good thing. And I added this one. For people who are low income or on a budget, it might be the best and only way that they can get gifts for people, or maybe buy something nice for themselves because they never get to do that. So those are all, those are all the good things. So, Black Friday doesn't have to be terrible. So let's talk about like shopping mindfully a little bit. And I have out my Blow and Smoke Color Pop palette. How long have you been waiting for me to use this? I've been waiting like a year. I think I'm going to need a shadow shield for this because, Color Pop. Hello, Fallout. Hold on. Let me find my shadow shields. I'm going to pause for 1 second. Okay, I have located the shadow shields, and oh my god, I only have 2 more pairs left. If there's a Black Friday sale on shadow shields, that's the one thing I'm going to need. But see, I actually need those. So let's talk about what I mean by shopping mindfully, because I'm not going to be anti-Black Friday and judge anybody for shopping, but I am saying you can do some things to stay mindful and not go crazy and just try to keep control and rein in it a little bit. And again, you're hearing this from someone who is a shopping kook. I am a shopping queen. I love shopping. I buy too much stuff. I love my stuff and I'm not afraid to say it, but at the same time, it's been out of control this year and my husband will be glad to hear me say that, and it has been totally out of control and I need to rein it in. So this is also for me. This is an accountability video. After we finish this, we are going to talk about what I did get for Black Friday, because I did get a couple of things, but they're gifts and for giveaways. So shopping mindfully, I found a quote that I love. Buy less, choose wisely, make it last. You know who said that? Buy less, choose wisely, make it last. Was it Wisely? I can't read my writing. Vivienne Westwood, the queen of punk. Vivienne Westwood said, buy less, choose wisely, make it last. I'm going to start thinking, I want to put that quote on a little bulletin board back here or something, because I love that. Consider like want versus need. Number 2, I put, is there another better gift option? Like, do you have to buy something or can you make something for someone? And I do have some things pulled up on my phone. Now, this is interesting. I found this on a Pinterest thing. Consider this when shopping today. Walmart does not need you. Target does not need you. Nike does not need you. Saks does not need you. You know who does need you? Your local small business friends. Your favorite restaurants, boutiques, coffee shops, hairstylists, and photographers. When you shop small, you support people who need you, not corporate companies that get rich and cut employees for self-checkouts and only use them for the holiday seasons. I'm just reading this. I mean, everybody has opinions on that. And then I found my niece actually posted this. I'm going to drop it in here. Normalize secondhand gifts, handmade gifts, consumable gifts, experience gifts, and small business gifts. We're loving the experience gifts. If you can do something like that. I am very into shopping small. You know that I always talk about small companies. I'm into indie makeup. And then number 3, I put, what is my money contributing to? Because again, where is your money going? A lot of these brands, are they using child labor? Does it go to like deforestation? What's the environmental impact? And then I found this little quote. When buying items, think about how it was made. Support small businesses and artisans if you can, which use methods that are less harmful to the environment. Buying less items over time also helps the environment. So if you buy quality instead of quantity, you're actually helping the environment because you're not doing that hamster wheel of the fast fashion, the fast everything, where it's like you buy it, you use it, and it's garbage in like a month, and then you have to get another one. If you can. Quality over quantity is a big thing that I've been learning, and it is tough because it's very, I will say, the first one to say, it's very entitled to say quality over quantity because it's easy for me to say because I don't have kids. I don't have any dependents other than our dogs. And it's just me and my husband. So we can buy quality over quantity because we can afford it. And I know a lot of people can't. But when you can, if you can, maybe don't buy 5 things that are cheaper, buy 1 quality thing. Less environmental impact. It'll last longer. It's better overall. The quality's better. So it's not like how much you have, but the quality of it. Buy to enhance. Less can be more. You want to enhance your life. Honestly, I'm telling you this as I'm coming clean right now. All the clutter I have, how much stuff I have, not enhancing my life. All the clutter, the shelves that I had back here full of makeup, actually stressing me out. I'm going to be doing lots of declutters in December for my Vlogmas, so I'm very excited about that. I'm excited to pass along a lot of things I'm not using because I don't want them collecting dust. I want people using them and loving them, and I want those things making people happy. So a lot of times we buy things and they don't make people happy. I said again. Where I have so many cool things I found to talk about. I'm not even doing my makeup because I have to read. I have to wear my reading glasses. I didn't think about this. Forgo FOMO. Here's a big one. It's an internet thing. Fear of missing out, or FOMO, is rampant in our culture thanks in part to the rise of social media. Our phones relay a constant feed of what others are buying and experiencing, inadvertently fueling our own insecurities about not having or doing enough, missing out on bigger and better and more things. This fear may manifest in low self-esteem as well as heightened feelings of jealousy. Dr. Irene Zun, Xun, Huang of Nanyang Technological Services in Singapore, ran 5 studies on consumer habits and found that feelings of jealousy seem to increase the desire for someone to purchase. By resisting the urge to compare yourself to others, you might consider reducing your social media exposure with a digital detox. You reduce the risk of emotional shopping. I will say the last few days I have not been online and looking at everything because I just don't want to see it all, like all the sales and all the things. I don't want to see it because I'm not trying to do that. And then this was my favorite, was the last one. Separate who you are from what you own or what you can or can't give to someone. In the past, a king was elevated to the title of emperor when he accumulated vast amounts of land and dominion over several countries. His possessions altered his identity. Although we like to think better of ourselves, the same holds true even today. The more things people possess, the greater their status, the more likely we are to hold them in high esteem. We apply the same measure of worth to ourselves, defending who we are and how good we are by what we have. I feel attacked. Problem is, there's never a point at which we have enough to be satisfied. If we did, no billionaire would ever report feelings of unhappiness. Separating I am from I have is the key to mindful shopping. Oh my God. I'm going to have to read that every time I want to buy something. Let's start some eye makeup. Those are just some things to think about. And now about the fun part about, let's see, did I get anything for Black Friday? Yeah, maybe I did. But let me talk about why I did, how I thought about it, and why, and what I do like. You all know I am very into indie makeup brands. The reason I am is because I'm very anti-corporate. As a lot of you, I talked about this in my collab with Jane. If you missed it, I'll try to drop a little card at the end here. But I did a collab with Jane where I talked about, like, you know, when you're a little anti-establishment, as I want to be, I just get really aggravated with the keeping up with the Kardashians, keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the everything you have to buy. I fall out. Oh, and I am using ColourPop, affordable, the Blow and Smoke palette. I love this. I actually talked about it in my favorite goth palettes of the year, part 1, and I will be doing part 2 on December 1st, so come back for that. Again, I'm doing like a total smoky gothy eye like I used to. I'm doing an all black look for Black Friday, so this might not be everybody's cup of tea, but this is what we're doing today. You know it's still gonna be cool. I need to do my old Susie Sue kind of thing here. There we go. There she is. If you look like a raccoon, you're doing it right. I'm gonna just, like, I want to be really honest in this video, so I hope you're still with me, and I hope you're still here and watching this. Because when I started, I talked about this in, like I said, in Jane's video. When I started YouTube, I really almost was having a little bit of an existential crisis because I didn't know what to do. And I didn't think, like, if I just came on YouTube and I was just myself and talked about stuff I like or about my life, that anyone would care or be interested, right? I'm like, oh, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to like me. And I thought, oh, I need to do haul videos. I need to shop. This is something I can do, and people will like me because I have cool stuff. It's really, not only is it just horrible for your self-esteem, but it's actually, again, with the battery died. Are we kidding? This is going to look really kooky with my glasses, but I kind of love it. Okay, battery died. But, so I was saying, it really is kind of an insult, too. Oh, that was Let's Do It, and I'm using Slated. A little bit of an insult to the viewers to say, oh, you know, you're not that deep. All you care about is what people own. So that's not cool, is it? No, it is not at all. So, I don't know. It's just, it really... I'm looking like Jack Skellington, but I kind of love it. I did the... Is this Jack Skellington or Susie Sue? We don't know. I'm making it up as I go along. So, you know, I just want everybody to know I do appreciate you, and you have helped me so much to realize that you're not here just for all the crazy crap I buy. You're here because you like me and you like my personality, and I'm goofy and I'm funny and I'm honest and I am who I am. If I've said this before, but my husband and my best friends and my mother-in-law and my dad, even my family watches my YouTube. So if I wasn't being myself, I would see them and then go, oh, what's going on your YouTube? You're acting like another person. You're not being you. So believe me, this is me. This is me being myself. This is who I am. I'm not trying to pretend to be anything I'm not. And, you know, just not trying to play a character or be something I'm not. So, and then, you know, people still, to see like the compliments that everyone gives me. It says, you're so funny, and thank you so much for sharing things about your life, or, you know, I share things and people are just really appreciate it. It really means so much to me. I don't know if you realize, because I said when I first started this, I'm like, oh, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to be interested in this because I'm boring. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm not boring. I have a crazy life, but from my point of view, you know, I have FOMO. I see other people and I'm like, oh my God, their life is so cool, right? And I think that's the thing about Black Friday is you see people buying and shopping and everything everybody has, and you're like, oh, they got it going on. That's how I should be. That's the best. That's what I want to be like. And then you get there and you have all this stuff and you're like, is it really that cool? And speaking of, let's talk about Mr. Jeffree Star for 1 second, because Shane Dawson just did that video with him, and, you know, Jeffree's talking about how he moved out to middle of nowhere, Wyoming, and I'm watching it going, dude, I did that 13 years ago. I had everything I had in Detroit. I had my own business. I had all these things going on in Detroit, and I left it all. I left everything. I sold a bunch of my stuff, which was really hard. It was hard selling a lot of stuff. Sold a lot of stuff. I'm using Young Love now, this pure white I'm going to do up here. So, you know, real Jack Skellington look going on. But, you know, leaving everything, it was tough. And then I moved out here, and just to the point where I am now, I've been filling my life with a lot of stuff. And I kind of realized, again, another thing that inspired this collab is, instead of leaving my house and doing things, I've really been filling my life with stuff. And I'm sad to say that really started during the pandemic, you know, when none of us could go anywhere. None of us could leave. And I just started going, well, I can't run my races anymore. I can't, you know, no yoga classes I'm teaching, all of that. So I just started filling my life with stuff, which is bad. How many people did that? I mean, a lot of people, I think, you know, just went on kind of a bad tangent with that. And then I thought, well, my stuff is who I am. And I think the big thing is to remember your stuff isn't who you are. And what you give people isn't who you are. Oh, my Odin's eye brush just broke. Oh no. I need some glue. Oh no, Odin. That was one of my Odin's eye brushes, just came apart. What? Oh, I'm using Night Dream. It's like the sparkly black. I'm just darkening the crease a little bit here. This is a way more high fashion look of what I used to do when I was young. I never was this good when I was younger. I just used to slap on. Also, I didn't have this palette and all these possibilities of things to do. But yeah, I don't know. You just have to realize that who you are and what you have are two different things. And all you out there who I love, and you all know who you are, you know it's not because of what you have that you are my friends. It's because I love you as people, and I think you're wonderful people. That's why we're friends. That's why I love you. It's not like, ooh, I love you because you have stuff, because a lot of you don't. In fact, a lot of my friends, I often feel very awkward that I can do things like get my implants, you know, my tooth implants, my dental implants, and the money I can spend on makeup. I mean, believe me, I know I'm lucky. I know everybody can't do that. I don't take it for granted. And that's why I also like to do a lot of giveaways and things. I always like to pay it forward. I always like to give back as much as I can. Often also to my husband's chagrin, because he's like, you are not independently wealthy and you are not a 501c3. I wish I was. Can I be a makeup 501c3 and just give makeup to everybody? Because it would be really cool. Okay, now we're going to pull out some other stuff that I have not used in a while. I got my ColourPop Lippy pencil in black. I got this House Labs, what just fell? I don't know, a cap. This is Chained Ballerina Glam Attack, and this is one of those eyeshadow toppers that I'm going to use and I never use. I'm going to use it. Kind of did like a reverse halo here. Okay, I'm not impressed with it. On first trying it, not impressed, but I am putting it over a lot of ColourPop. It's very blotchy. It might be that I'm putting it over this. I want to see if I could kind of blend it a little bit. It's very wet. I mean, I know it's a liquid, but okay, that's a little bit better. Slightly better. And I want to get this, wow, this is messy. A little bit more of my cut crease back here. Yeah, I'm not loving this at all. Oh my god, that might have been a mistake. This is the fun part about doing these. Okay, well, I don't love it, but it's very messy goth. I will say that. It's all patchy and weird. That's how I used to do my makeup. Patchy and weird. I'm going to leave it. Okay, where is that? Remember I said I had a pencil that I needed? Oh, this Catrice pencil. Let's see. Yep, that'll work. Anyway, so yeah, I do often, I know I probably create a lot of FOMO for people because I buy a lot of crap, and I don't want anyone to ever feel like you have to keep up with me, or that you aren't, you know, that I don't think you're as cool as you are and don't love you because you're not buying all the crap I buy. In fact, good for you. Don't buy all the crap I buy. I'm out of control. It's not good. Let's take those off. I am looking like a giant raccoon, which is perfect. A lot more, this came out a lot more silvery than black. I guess that's okay though. I'm taking this Alien Cosmetics. This is called Black Hole, and it is actually a black-red multi-chrome kind of shift. Just doing something a little different with my inner corner because I want to try this, and with the outer right here. I hope this works. This is like a liquid shadow topper kind of thing. And brush. Ooh, yeah, I like that. I just want to darken this outer corner with it. Ooh, I like that a lot. Of course, I love everything Alien Cosmetics, so not really surprised. It's okay in the inner corner. I could kind of take it or leave it in the inner corner. It's alright. Let me throw on my lips and my lashes. I will be right back. Okay, I am back with my super smoky, super gothy, all black, 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 blackety black, kind of silvery look. Making sure I don't have lipstick on my teeth. So in closing this out, because this is getting really long and I didn't drink this coffee, I want to talk about a few things that I do support that I want you to know about, or things I want to share with you. Number one, shop small, shop local. Look for small creators, artisans, if you can support. If you have people in your family who are artists, you know, have them do portraits. I'll tell you one of the best things ever. I am a pet portrait artist. A lot of people don't know that. I never talk about it. This is my coming out video. Hi, I'm Mare and I do pet portraits. I do a lot of memorial pet portraits for people, immortalizing their pets that they've lost. I never talk about it on here because I don't want this to come off like I'm advertising. Also, I'm not advertising. Right now, I am not currently doing portraiture and painting. I will be painting next year. I miss painting. I want to do it. I need a gloss. In the spirit of using things that I have, even though I don't like the person, I'm using this Supreme Gloss by Jeffree Star, and this is actually called Effing Freak, F-U-C-K-I-N-G, Freak. I'm going to use this because, you know what, I don't like him. I don't like a lot of stuff he does. I don't stand by a lot of stuff he does. But I spent the money on this. I'm going to use it because if I don't, it is wasteful. I have passed on most of my Jeffree Star, a lot of my Jeffree Star collection stuff to friends who love it. I need some gloss. That feels a little better. What is my hair doing up here? Goodness. Okay, so I'm going to give you my top shopping suggestions to have a little small Black Friday that is mindful, and brands that I think are great that you should support. One of them, I just happen to have this right here, VE Cosmetics. If you are looking for the most vegan, the coolest, the most upfront, not necessarily the cheapest, but VE Cosmetics, I absolutely adore. Almost used a VE palette for this look today, and I thought I had it handy, and I apparently don't, but it's called Grimoire, and it's all your blacks, grays, and your whites, and it's just absolutely amazing. I have, I think, 4 or 5 VE Cosmetics. One of the things I like about VE, they are so absolutely real and upfront. The very first page, it says that they don't Photoshop any of their models. Any of the lips, anything. It is what you see. It's real skin. They're real lips. They don't Photoshop anything. They believe in like just being real. They're also super mega vegan. The most vegan company. Also, Lethal Cosmetics out of Berlin. I love out of Germany. Lethal is great. They're also very vegan. One of the things I love about them is that they do not use mica that has been, how shall I say, grossly found, collected, farmed. I don't know if you know about the mica industry. Mica is the stuff that makes stuff sparkly in makeup. They go out of their way to find mica that has been ethically sourced, i.e. not by children. It is a horrible story if you don't know about mica being farmed by children. I'm just telling you, you'll go down a YouTube rabbit hole and a rabbit hole. I specifically really try to support brands like Lethal. I have so much of their stuff and I love it because I know that they ethically source their mica. So that's a big thing. Something just to be aware of. I know everybody can't afford some of these brands. Brand that I love, I don't love, I'll say a pro and con. I love how affordable ColourPop is. I love the variety they have. I love how affordable they are. They are cruelty free and they have like the little leaping bunny on them. And they're very affordable, and you can find gothy stuff. You can find like Blow and Smoke, and you can find, this is called Bull Chic, the lip liner that I love. Love them. They have a lot of sales. It's very affordable. I love ColourPop. I wish they weren't like the fast fashion of makeup. They're constantly pumping out new palettes. And their palettes are so good. I feel like they don't need to do that. It's like ColourPop, slow down. You're good. You're good. We get it. You're good. You don't have to do this. So it's a love-hate thing with them. I'm just aware of it, and it's not where I put the most of my money. Brand that I can highly recommend. Where did he go? AJ, where are you, AJ? There he is. Chaotic Cosmetics from Long Island, New York. AJ is the owner. If you want to support a kid, AJ, I'm sorry I'm calling you a kid because I'm old, but AJ I love. I adore him. I would adopt him in a heartbeat if he wasn't already an adult with obviously a great family. He's doing amazing things. To be as young as he is, be a makeup artist, esthetician, and own his own brand. All in, like, basically, like when I was out working at a department store managing a makeup counter, he has his own brand called Chaotic Cosmetics. If you are looking to support a small indie brand that is LGBTQIA plus Chaotic Cosmetics, the single best black I have ever found, it's called Black Hearted. This is my ride or die, my go-to black lipstick that also doubles as a black eyeshadow base. I've talked about it before. Love it. Go check out AJ at Chaotic Cosmetics. Tell him that Nightmare Bliss sent you. I love AJ. I actually have a big box of Chaotic Cosmetics that I'm going to be showing soon. I had to cover up my address, sorry. That I got one of the bundles. And honestly, I got the bundle for Halloween because AJ's really been struggling on social media, you guys. Like, it's no lie that Instagram is really suppressing like indie makeup brands and smaller brands. So go find Chaotic Cosmetics and give him some likes and some thumbs up and subscribe to him. Subscribe to Chaotic Cosmetics on TikTok especially and on Instagram because he is really getting suppressed by the algorithm and he's doing everything right. I love his stuff. Go check him out. Another one I love, if you want to check out Latino, Hispanic makeup brands, I would suggest Unearthly Cosmetics, and I would also suggest, Midas came back. I loved Midas Cosmetics, and they went away for a while. They closed down, and they came back as Midas with MYDAS, I believe, instead of MIDAS. I don't know if you knew this. Midas is back. Was it Rossio, I think is the owner's name. Excuse me, I need a drink. I'm choking on my black lipstick. So, Unearthly, and check out the new Midas, new improved Midas, MYDAS. I have lots of Midas Cosmetics. It was one of my favorite indie brands. Both Latina owned. Go check those out. And so is, I think, Glamlight is also. And lastly but not leastly, probably one of my, I have two more for you. One of my single favorite woman of color owned brands is Black Moxie. I happen to have this right here. Actually, I got a bunch of her palettes here. I have my all-time favorite, Sweet Nightmare. I did not name this, but Sweet Nightmare, I feel like this was my palette. And look at this purple. I want to say congratulations because the owner of Black Moxie, if you're looking at Black Moxie and nothing's going on there, Black Moxie, she's taking some time off because she is pregnant. She's going to have a baby next year. Congratulations. She is with child and is going to have a little Black Moxie spawn in the world next year. So she's taking a little time off from making makeup, which is when you know somebody's really an indie makeup person. She has to take time off from her brand because she's having a baby. And the Potion palette, she did the Potion palette, which is probably one of my all-time favorite palettes. I'm going to be bringing these out in December to play with because I love them so much. I got to get more into these. These are so good, and the black is so good. And these are all hand pressed. I just absolutely love them. Two other brands that I am crazy about. The Collective Cosmetics. Oh, I had a palette over here and now I don't. Oh, they're over on my desk. The Collective Cosmetics, two makeup artists, one in England, one in New Jersey. And they have a brand together called The Collective Cosmetics. Every single one of their cosmetics are handmade, hand pressed. They hand make everything. They also make my single favorite perfume of all time called Astoria Goth, Astoria Goth. If you are a goth, you must buy Astoria Goth perfume. It's expensive because it's handmade by them, but it is goth in a bottle. And I asked for it for Christmas last year, and thank God my husband got it for me because I absolutely love it. Highly recommend their makeup, and they're great people too. And on two different continents, and they have a brand together, which I think is so cool to have two different makeup artists with a brand together across the pond. And the very last one I'm going to mention is, here she is, and she knows I love her, Pariah House Cosmetics. Did the Strange and Unusual palette, which is one of my favorites. You could tell I've really gotten into this one. And she does Pariah House, hand-pressed, handmade cosmetics. Also did the Lunarly Unfazed palette that I love, that I have used, and I love this palette. So I like these really small brands, and they are artisans. They're makeup artisans. Now, I know everybody can't afford all these, but a lot of them are having sales right now. And last but not least, I would be remiss if I didn't mention my friends at Nomad Cosmetics. I absolutely love them. And Felicia and Auntie, and Merry Christmas to you, and baby Nomad. I absolutely love you. Sweetest people. You might not know this about them. I chat with Mr. and Mrs. Nomad, I will call them, in DMs on Instagram because they volunteer at a dog shelter near their home down south. And they are dog rescue people. And we just started chatting about rescue dogs and things. And they are just great people. If you're looking for indie brand who does dog rescue, they don't rescue themselves. They volunteer at a shelter, a no-kill shelter down south where they live. So I love that about them. The palette they did last year, I'm going to be using. And again, I don't have it handy, but I have a Christmas palette from them from last year that I'm going to be using. And they donated the proceeds to the dog shelter that they volunteer at. So Nomad is great, and they're having an awesome sale right now. I am doing a look with the Nomad. This is the Whistler Snow Lodge palette. This one right here. If you're looking for a really good gift for somebody and who wants to get into indie cosmetics, or you want to, my #1 winter palette that I will recommend to you, because right now it's 50% off with code, what is it, BF22. Go on Nomad Cosmetics and BF22, and this one's 50% off. So if you want to get a good Nomad palette, this is a great one because it has everything. It has your neutrals, your golds, it has your greens, it has your blues, sparklies, and then it has some red and black. It has a little bit of everything, and it's such a beautiful palette. And I'm doing a look with this shortly, so come back for another video today because I'm doing a look with this because it is on sale this weekend for 50% off. So this is my #1. I would say if you want to get somebody a gift who's into indie cosmetics and you can't break the bank, you can only spend like 20 bucks, 20, 30 bucks. This is your girl. Get them this palette. They will love you for it. Or treat yourself and get this palette if you want to get into indie cosmetics. I will list all these brands below if I can remember everybody I talked about here. And I'm coughing again, but I'm going to get out of here because this has been very chatty. So just remember, like I said, separate who you are and what you own. I am not all the stuff I own. I think you all know that. And I love all of you for loving me for who I am and not just for my stuff, because the hardest thing is to love yourself for who you are and not what you own. That is our challenge. So go out, shop, just do it mindfully, support small businesses, do shop small, do shop local. I am all about that. Mainly Black Friday. Don't put yourself into debt. That's going to make you miserable later on. And save your money when you can. And also, I think the most thoughtful gifts are the ones that you make yourself. If I could, I would send everyone I know one of these Lunarly Unfazed palettes, because these are all hand-pressed, handmade cosmetics or collective cosmetics. A lot of these are hand-pressed and handmade, and I absolutely love that about them. And I know Pariah House is hand-pressed and handmade, and she designs her own palettes. She has limited edition palettes where she does the artwork for the front of the palette. Love that. So as an artist, I love all that about them. So I'm going to go because I could talk about this all day. You know that. Thank you for watching. Thank you everyone in the collab. There's a playlist below. I mentioned that some people are not feeling well and are sick. So Wicked Awesome might still do a video. A couple other people might do videos, and they might come over the weekend. So maybe jump back on that playlist on Saturday or Sunday. See if anybody else jumped on. If you want to jump into this collab and you're a creator and you're like, hey, I want to talk about something, or talk about what you bought or didn't buy and how you chose what you bought and didn't buy, or maybe share a few bargain saving ideas, craft tips, whatever, feel free to message me on Instagram. All my links are below in the description box. There's tons of stuff there. If you never read my description box, you're missing out. It's like a novel. Short story. Check the description box. Everything's always down there. But my favorite gifts are always the handmade ones. Jane Wilkes has handmade me a bunch of necklaces that are back here. a couple necklaces. Sanitz has made me so much jewelry that I absolutely love. All the things that people make me, it's not that I don't like when people send me things or send me gifts, but the handmade things are just, they're a piece of that person. So if there's something you can make that you can give to someone, we need to normalize not buying things, but giving of ourselves, of something that's us. And I guess that's why I like to do the YouTube thing, because I'm giving you guys something that's me. This is who I am, and I want to share these things with you. So hopefully you like it. I like it. I like doing this, and I'm not going anywhere. So I will see you in the next video. And thank you so much for watching. And thank you to everyone who collaborated on this with me. It's my first time doing this, so I'm very chatty. This one, I promise next year will be shorter. And I am doing some crafts in December, so come back for that. I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay smart, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.